Prior to becoming enamored with actor Zooey Deschanel, HGTV sensation Jonathan Scott was in a serious relationship with producer Jacinta Kuznetsov, who profoundly broke his heart. Scott and Kuznetsov had a difficult beginning, in contrast to Scott and Deschanel, who, well, kind of fell in love at first sight. The producer said that he shrugged him off at first when they first met in 2015 at a charity banquet before succumbing to his attractions when he subsequently discovered her on social media. She told People in 2017 that it's been happiness ever since. Scott said he has never been happier, and that being with Kuznetsov is the most humbling, unexpected, fantastic place to be in my life. But the former couple declared their separation 2.5 years later. The Property Brothers star posted the following in a lengthy Instagram post: "Life sometimes takes you on unexpected roads, and those paths aren't necessarily in the same direction. There's no hate or jealousy, no drama or negativity, not even grief or mourning. We have happy moments together, and no matter where we go, we'll always be there to support one another as friends." Though it seemed as though they had no ill will, Kuznetsov announced that she was getting married to her new partner a few months after their breakup. Jacinta Kuznetsov got engaged to someone else. Jacinta Kuznetsov shocked fans by revealing she was engaged to photographer and filmmaker Will Allen, whom she reportedly knew from way back, just 7 months after she had split from Jonathan Scott. Although Allen is no longer visible on Kuznetsov's Instagram profile, it's unknown if they actually made it down the aisle. At the time, Scott congratulated his ex-girlfriend, telling Us Weekly that he wished her the very best always. However, he later acknowledged to People that the news caught him off guard and that he hadn't expected Kuznetsov to move on from the situation so rapidly. After all, at the moment he was still in shock over their breakup. "I'll admit, I was angry. I wasn't ready to go on a date. I didn't even consider it," he admitted. "But I'm a realist, and I knew that it was not for me to say when and who she would date." He finally realized that their continued relationship was pointless. "Regardless of what we had, I've come to terms with the fact that we were not right as life partners," he stated. "Though we don't speak regularly, we are on good terms, and both know we are there if needed." Jonathan Scott eventually found his match too. Jonathan Scott said in his People interview that he was ready to establish a new relationship, but he had one particular requirement that his partner had to meet: "I love to laugh." "It's really important to have a sense of humor," he said at the time. How could he have known that a year later he would meet her, at a guest appearance on Carpool Karaoke no less? Zooey Deschanel proved to be his new girl in the end. How appropriate. The two clicked immediately away, with Scott noting in the newsletter he receives from his twin brother Drew Scott that he knew Deschanel was the one in less than a year. "I knew 8 months into our relationship that Zooey was the PB to my J, the yin to my yang. We were traveling in opposite directions towards the contentment we had been pursuing our entire lives," he wrote. Because of how well they get along, Scott has also gotten along with the actress's children and even become friends with Jacob Pechenik, her ex-husband. Scott proposed in August 2023, effectively tying the knot. The couple announced their engagement on Instagram, writing, "Forever begins today.